Last lecture we have studied about the magnetic field produced by current through a circular loop and through a solenoid. Today we have to study the Fleming's left hand rule and the force acting on current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. Our first point is force acting on current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. For this we have to perform one experiment. For this experiment we have to use the material given as shown below, that is a flexible copper wire stand, electric cell, a horseshoe magnet with a strong magnetic field. Now see the procedure of the experiment. Using the stand, fix the copper wire so that it passes through the poles of the horseshoe magnet as shown in the figure. You can see the figure 4.10 as shown in the figure. You have to hang the horseshoe magnet on the stand and we have to pass the copper wire through the poles of this horseshoe magnet with the help of other stand as shown in the figure and connect the circuit as well. What do you observe? Now we have to do observations. Whenever a current is not flowing through the wire, it remains straight, that is the position A. There are three positions, position A, position B and position C. When there is not current flowing through the wire, at that time the copper wire is in straight position like A. When the current flows from top to bottom, the wire bends and comes into position C. When the direction of the current is from top to bottom, at that time the wire bends because it is a now it is acts like a magnet, so there is a bend and it shows position in like the C. If the current direction is reversed, now we have to reverse the current direction. We have to flow the current from bottom to top end, and at this time also wire bends but its position is like B. That means the positions in both cases there is a flow of electric current but the direction is different, therefore position we obtain the position in different form. If the current direction is reversed, we find the position B. This means the direction of force on the wire is perpendicular to both the magnetic field and direction of the current. The magnetic force which is produced in the copper wire, this force direction is dependent on, or it is perpendicular to the both magnetic field of the conductor and also the direction of the current. Here the direction of magnetic field is from north to south. We know that every magnet has two poles, that is the north pole and south pole, and direction of magnetic field is always from north to south as shown in figure by the H point. In this experiment, it is noted that whenever current flows through a conductor in the presence of magnetic field, a force is exerted on the current. Here we flows the current through the conductor, but the conductor is in the presence of magnetic field because it is placed between the two poles of the horseshoe magnet, therefore there is a magnetic field, and when we flow a current through the conductor, it exerts some force on the conductor. If the direction of the current is reversed, the direction of the force also get reversed. And if the magnet is kept reversed, that is its south pole is brought at the position of its north pole and its north pole brought to the position of its south pole, what will happen? Now we have to change the poles of the magnet. At that time we know that when we change the poles of the magnet, the direction of the magnetic force is the same from now north to south. The above experiment clearly shows that a force is exerted on the current carrying conductor. The direction of this force depends on both the direction of current and the direction of magnetic field. We know from the experiment, we know that due to the magnetic field and due to the electricity flowing through the conductor, there is a production of force and it is exerted on the current carrying conductor. And direction of this force depend on both the direction of the current and also the direction of the magnetic field. Experimentally, it is possible to show that this force is maximum when the direction of the current is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. When the direction of the current is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, at that time the force produced is in highest amount or it is maximum amount. In the diagram you can see the schematic diagram, you can see the position of the conductor when the current is passing through the it. First is the A position when there is no passing of current, In position B, there is a passing of current from bottom to top, and in C from top to bottom. That means that there is a change in the direction of the electric current. Therefore, there is also change in the position, or also change in the direction of the magnetic field or magnetic force. In this way, here we study about the force acting on the magnetic current carrying conductor in a magnetic field and how it is changed, which factors affects the direction of this force, that is the direction of the magnetic and direction of the current. It affects the direction of the magnetic force. Now we have to study the Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule tells us a relation between these factors. Now see what is the Fleming's left hand rule. According to Fleming's left hand rule, it shows a relation between direction of current, direction of the magnetic field, and force on the conductor. You can see the diagram number 4.11. It shows us Fleming's left hand rule. In the above experiment, we considered the direction of electric current and the direction of the magnetic field and found that the direction of the force exerted is perpendicular to both. You know that when the conductor is placed in the magnetic field, at that time when current is passing through the conductor, it produces magnetic force in it, and the direction of the magnetic field and the direction of the current, it produces, or the direction of the force exerted is perpendicular to the both. Means the force produced in this case is its direction is perpendicular to the direction of the current and direction of the magnetic field. These three factors are related by the Fleming's left hand rule. This rule is called as the Fleming's left hand rule. According to this rule, the left hand thumb, index finger and the middle finger are stretched so as to be perpendicular to each other. Now you can see this is our left hand, this is thumb, this is index finger, and this is the middle finger. In between these three fingers we have to show the Fleming's left hand rule. According to Fleming's left hand rule, when we stretch our thumb, index finger and middle finger in such a way that they are perpendicular to each other, if the index finger is in the direction of the magnetic field, means when we place this like this, at that time the index finger is in the direction of the magnetic field and the middle finger points to the direction of the current, then the direction of the thumb is in the direction of force of the conductor. Means these three fingers shows the direction of different three factors. Index finger shows the direction of magnetic field, middle finger shows the direction of current, and thumb shows the direction of the force on the conductor. In such a way, these three factors are correlated by the Fleming's left hand rule. Today we have learned about the magnetic force produced by the conductor, or the force acting on the current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, and which factors affects it with the help of experiment. And we also learn about the Fleming's left hand rule. Today's homework for you to read the points I have teach you today, and you have to write the Fleming's left hand rule in your notebook and also revise it. Here we will stop. Thank you.